Severe hail in South Africa turned the landscape into a winter wonderland. Hail turned part of the capital of KwaZulu-Natal, Pietermaritzburg, into a winter wonderland. According to eyewitnesses, the storm, which struck around noon, was very strong, accompanied by high winds and hail. As a result of the inclement weather, there was a lot of damage to gardens. Numerous videos of the natural phenomenon appeared in social networks. Heavy rains have caused flooding in the Hail region of Saudi Arabia. Numerous videos posted on social media show the scale of the disaster, which has engulfed not only the region's eponymous administrative center, but also other cities nearby. The National Center for Meteorology warned that thunderstorms would also continue for at least a few more days in the regions of Mecca, Al-Baha and Asir. One of the most dramatic was a video that shows cars being swept away by heavy flooding. People are saved thanks to concerned people in the right place at the right time. Civil defense urged everyone to be wary of harsh conditions, stay away from areas that could be flooded, and follow civil defense instructions. Tropical Storm MULAN, the seventh in 2022, made landfall in the coastal areas of Zhanjian City District in Guangdong Province in southern China. The storm made landfall with heavy rain and strong winds before moving into the Gulf of Tonkin and northeastern Vietnam, where it weakened to a tropical depression. Ships in the affected areas were forced to urgently shelter in ports, and coastal residents were advised to be prepared to evacuate due to the high risk of flooding. Rail and air services in Guangdong Province were suspended. In Dien Bien Province in northwest Vietnam, heavy rain that lasted about 30 minutes caused severe flooding in the streets and roads of cities. As in China, air transport was disrupted here. Desert covered with rivers, severe flooding in Oman. Some areas received enough rain in 2 days to last more than 2 years. Flash floods following torrential rains caused significant damage, with 3 people missing. Cars and homes were flooded, roads were blocked, and buildings were destroyed due to wild floods. The Suwake weather station, in the northwest of the Sultanate, recorded about 300 millimeters of rain in a 24-hour period. The amount usually falls in a month in the humid tropics, but here it accumulates in a total of 3 years. The tropical cyclone season in the northern Indian Ocean is usually low, but now it is peaking. Floods caused 21 buildings to collapse in northwestern Colombia. Flash floods in parts of the Antioquia department in Colombia have caused at least 21 buildings to collapse. Intense rainfall caused the La Garcia and La Chiquita rivers to overflow in the municipality of Bello. 21 buildings had collapsed or been completely destroyed as of August 12. The disaster affected the lives of at least 500 families, many of whom were forced to move to safer locations. Food and basic necessities were distributed to those affected. Extremely heavy rains hit northern Japan. According to the Japan Meteorological Agency, a stalled atmospheric front over Aomori and Akita prefectures resulted in record rainfall in the region, exceeding the norm for the entire month. In Aomori Prefecture, rainfall was 325 mm in Fukaura City, 202 mm in Ahigasawa City and 202 mm in Akita Happo City before 11 o'clock local time. These values are record highs for each city. Remarkably, this event occurred just 6 days after more than 540,000 people were ordered to evacuate the Tohoku and Hokuriku regions. Then in Sakikawa, Niigata, 149 mm of rain fell in just 1 hour last Thursday morning. The city received 414 mm of rainfall in 24 hours, surpassing the previous daily record of 212 mm set in July 2014. A major landslide in a remote area of the northeastern Indian state of Manipur has killed at least 7 people. A landslide at a railroad construction site occurred Friday night. Rescuers began an operation to retrieve 19 survivors from under the debris. A total of 81 people were at the scene of the incident. The chances of the remaining 55 survivors are very slim, given that the landslide occurred around 2 a.m. This month, unprecedented rains hit the northeastern states of India and neighboring Bangladesh, killing more than 150 people. Catastrophic floods in recent weeks have displaced millions of people, with homes going underwater in low-lying areas. Numerous shooting stars can be observed every year in the second half of summer. This is the Perseids meteor shower, formed by the Swift-Tuttle comet. While orbiting the Sun, the space guest left behind a dusty tail. When the Earth crosses it, numerous microdust particles, about the size of a millimeter, burn up in the atmosphere as bright meteors. The stars seem to fall from the constellation Perseus, which gave the meteor shower its name. The very bright star to the east, Jupiter, can serve as a guide for observation. It should be taken slightly north of it, at about the same altitude. The Perseid maximum occurs on the night of August 12 to 13. This year, the average activity is predicted to be about 100 meteors per hour. However, it is unlikely to see all of them. A full moon will make observation difficult. But to make 10 to 20 wishes is quite real. How do penguins survive the summer? If you're used to temperatures below freezing, plus 17 degrees Celsius may seem like a real heat wave. King penguins are very active during the long summer days, so they have to cope with an atypical problem for polar latitudes, the debilitating heat. Any effort can cause them to overheat, so to tolerate the high temperatures, these birds lie down on their stomachs and stretch their legs out to be blown around by the cool breeze. Chicks in their long, winter coats are at even greater risk. Those individuals too young to swim in open waters are floundering in the river. And for adult penguins, there's nothing better than a swim in the cool Southern Ocean.